Police reform, it's a major issue in Congress right now. But like almost everything else, Democrats and Republicans can't agree on how to do it. Today, the House passed a far-reaching overhaul almost on a party line vote. It's personal for Georgia Congresswoman Lucy McBath. She lost a son to gun violence.
Yet again, racism and injustice have opened painful wounds 400 years in the making. I lost my son Jordan to those wounds. And yes, my black son's life did matter.
Congressman Hank Johnson also made a speech in support, but the bill's future is grim. Republican Congressman Doug Collins, who is running for Senate, voted against the House bill. Here's his statement saying today's bill is not about justice. It's just another thinly veiled Democrat attempt to look like they are getting something done when all we know is the bill will never become law.